his music, what he's been getting up to, what he's been doing, everything like that. So without further ado, please do all welcome the one and only Lushy Bunton, okay, to the Big Bad Station, arrowackradio.com. Lushy, you there?
Yes, I'm here live and direct, living color.
Yes, yes. So of course, you know what, we've got to kick it off. Tell the listeners, who is Lushy Bunton? Tell us who you are.
Well, this is Lushy for short, and the fans call me Lushy. I said, don't panic at the same Lushy Bunton, the girls, them lantern, aka People's Champion. Whatever you do, don't forget to also grandstand icon. Going hard at them, representing Cassava Peace, Barbican Things on your grandstand.
Easy.
Anyway.
Definitely. For real, for real.
Yeah.
But I want to know, how did your journey begin in music? How did it all start for you?
Well, for me, it started out, whereas my dad was a promoter.
Yeah.
Of dancehall music. So I kind of grew up seeing all these big sound systems stringing up in my yard from a tender age, before I even understand and know what is happening or what's going on. So I kind of grew up, you know, seeing the jammies and the tubbies and the whatever tone and all these names, you know, sound system, the movers and the shakers.
Yeah.
You know, that was in and around dancehall at the time, you know.
For real,
So,
for real.
I think I was bitten by the bug, because as soon as I was able to, you know, access microphone, like, you know, and sound system in the community,
yeah,
I started kind of honing my skill, you know. I mean, I used to be in soccer also, football, as you guys call it in England.
Yeah.
But when I sat and really think about it, I see that there wasn't much longevity after soccer.
Okay.
So I kind of put the soccer to the side and kind of focus on the music, because I see people like Yellowman at the time, Peter Metro, you know, these were like the leading artists, the Michigan and the Smileys.
Yeah.
So I kind of just ventured off into the music, and, you know, since, like I said, it was prevalent in my yard when I was a kid, you know.
For real.
So when I started messing with the sound system on the streets inside the community, that's how I just started honing my skill, you know.
Okay.
From sound to sound.
For real.
So that's how I kind of really started. And I kind of moved from strength to strength until I started, you know, going to the studios and stuff like that.
For real. And do you remember your first song, or the first time you ever touched the mic, what you actually did?
Wow. That's a very good question, Kat, but no.
Okay.
No. It's such a long time, you know. It was such a long time, so.
Okay, okay.
No, I don't remember what I did first, you know. No.
For real. And then I know you met Striker Lee. You know, one of the greatest producers out there.
Yes.
What was that like, and what did you do?
Actually, you know, it was a situation where I didn't even know of him or anything, but a friend of mine from my community was doing something at the time in that community, which is Duane Park. That's where I met Striker Lee. So he came home, because I was like the man in the community as far as DJing, rapping, you know, whatever I was doing at the time. My name was ringing in the community. Yeah. You know, I was like the community favorite. So he came to me, I was like, yo, I know this producer, and, you know, he want artists or something to that effect, he told me. And, you know, I want you to come, you know, I want you to bring it to him. Yeah. So I went with him. And that's how I met him. And he put me in the studio right there and then. I didn't have a lot of experience how the thing worked. You know, I know how to record and all that, but I'm saying the business side, I didn't know nothing about the business side. So I just jumped right on in, and they put on, I never forget, the Bam Bam rhythm.
Oh, yeah.
And I jumped on it. And to tell you the truth, what I found out later with that project was that he didn't even have me as one of the main acts, because he was putting out like a compilation album with some people, I think in England, I think it was at the time. Okay. So I wasn't one of the main acts that was supposed to be on the album. So he just like put me on as a brata or as an extra. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And you have all these other artists, Lico John, Pompidou, and so forth, that was supposed to be on the project. But then he got a call from the producer or whoever he was dealing with back in England to tell him that, oh, this guy have a great voice, record him a lot. Okay. So he sent it back to call me, and he started to recording me. Wow. You know, without even mentioning nothing to me about the business side. Okay. So the engineer kind of took me to the side and kind of told me what was going down. Like, yo, these guys in England, they're big on you. Your voice, they're crazy about it. And they want him to record you like crazy. But Striker Lee didn't tell me all of that.
Okay.
So I just recorded one song and just left. And I never went back.
Okay.
But he actually he put out the song, the first song that I did, it came out on the album. And that's all and that's the only time I had an interaction with him. So I just kind of move on since he didn't want to talk to me about nothing about the business side of the music.
Okay, okay. So with that being said, in regards to the music, are you happy with how the music business is going at the moment, or do you think things can always change?
Well, I would say it's a 50-50.
Okay.
It's already changed since my interception in the music, like late 80s coming into the 90s. That's when I intervened.
Yeah.
So I would say it's already changed, because back then, what I just described to you, how I met Striker Lee and how it was going down. You have to go to a producer at the time, like the Striker Lees, the King Jammies, the Penthouses, and so forth and so on. Now you can have your own control.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could go do your own thing. There's not so much no more gatekeeper.
Okay.
So it's good and it's bad, because a lot of bad content is coming out now because there's no gatekeeper.
Yeah.
No real producer is not there to say, no, man, we're not putting that out. We're not going to take our culture down. We're not going to degrade our women's. We're not going to say all this crazy stuff. Like, if you go back to the music back in the 80s, you don't hear most of these derogatory things that's being said now.
Yeah.
So there is no gatekeeper. So like I said, it's good and it's bad.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Now you're in control of your own destiny. And back then, there was gatekeeper. So like I said, it's 50-50. Okay,
for real. And within the music, who influences you and your inspirations? Tell us.
Wow. That's a very good question. But you know what? I'm standing on so much giant shoulder. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like in my inception in the music, like I said, I was listening to people like Yellowman, the Peter Metros, the General Trees, the Lord Sassafras, the Michigan, the Smileys, and all them guys in that era coming right into the 90s, the Capleton, and so forth,
Yeah.
So, the Bujo Banton and the Lieutenant Stitchie. I used to work with Lieutenant Stitchie.
Yeah.
As I used to be working on Stereo One, and so and so like that, stuff like that. The Wolfman, the Ricky Stereo, the Courtney Melodies of this world, the Pinchers. So I feel like I'm standing on all these guys' shoulder, man. Like everybody, I get something from everybody. I learn something from the Pinchers. I learn something from Frankie Paul, the Admiral Dailies. Even oh man, the Luciana, I've toured with Luciana, Sizzlers. So I'm standing on all these guys' shoulder, man. Every last person that ever deal with reggae, man, I feel like I'm standing on their shoulders.
For real, most definitely. And one of the songs I wanted to talk to you about was a song that you put out called Black Lives Matter. And I wanted to know kind of your inspiration behind that and why you thought that was so important to talk about.
Oh, well, seeing that I would consider myself a veteran. Yeah. In the music now, I definitely think different from the way I think 20 years ago.
For real.
And I pay attention to the news and the internet and what's happening in not only my surrounding, but worldwide also. What's affecting England, what's affecting Russia, what I'm saying, Jamaica, all over the place.
Yeah.
So, seeing what's going on, and that's a very interesting topic. Black Lives Matter. It was all over the TV every day. What I'm saying, on the street, you're walking, you're driving. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
So, seeing that I'm an artist, I think it's only right that I, inform the masses, about what's happening, and because a lot of people don't read.
Yeah.
So they say if you want to hide stuff from people, just put it in a book.
For real.
But we all listen to music, don't we?
Definitely.
So a lot of people, they know stuff from the music. So if you put it in the music, they will get it.
Mm.
And so I'm just saying, seeing that what I do is writing songs and performing, I think it was only right.
For real.
And,
for real.
And I kind of been on that trend for a while too, because I find that I have a knack for stuff that happened. I could put pen to paper and bring it to life. So I had a song about Obama when Obama was running for the president back
Yeah.
in 2008. You know, I had a song about Gilbert when Gilbert blew in Jamaica back in 1988.
Okay.
I had a song about Brian Lara. He's a batsman, for those who don't know, for the West Indies. And he had broken Garfield Sober's record
Yeah.
with the highest runs. And I did a song about that and all that. So I have a lot of stuff like that I do.
Okay.
You know, so I think I have a knack for that kind of thing. So that was no difference.
For real. And I know Obama as well reached the prestigious awards, International Reggae and World Music Awards. What was that like for you?
Wow. That was a hallmark,
for real,
to say, in my career. Yeah, it was a big thing. It was huge.
Yeah.
You know, because I was rubbing shoulder with the likes of Glenn Adams, people like Cocoa T, the Mighty Sparrow.
Wow, for real.
Steel Pulse. These are the 5 people that was nominated.
Wow.
And myself, Lushy Banton, you know, and I mean, I really felt elated, and I felt like I've hit a mark in the music at the time.
For real.
And still do up to this day. So yes, that was a big one. Very, you know, yeah.
For real.
Big one.
And of course, you know, how did you meet Reggae Works? Because they got in touch with me and said, you need to do an interview with this guy, definitely like that. He's really good, etc., etc. How did you guys meet up? How did that happen?
Wow. She said I was really good? Wow.
Yeah. Really good.
I'm flattered. Well, you know, it's a funny story, you know, Kat. Because I put out a song about coronavirus.
Okay.
Last year. Yeah. I put out a song, and I did a video, and I was promoting it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And Reggae Works liked it, you know, liked it or something like that.
Okay.
And I just like sent back a message saying thank you. And they said, yeah, you're welcome. And I don't know, we just started chit chatting.
Yeah.
And from one thing to the other, and next thing I know, she was a publicist. I'm
okay.
like, wow. And I remember I texted her and asked, can I call you?
Yeah.
And this was on Messenger. And the answer was yes. So I called. And we just started talking, and we were on the phone like maybe for 2 hours. Like 2 hours. We was just talking about everything, music and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
Where you're from and all of this stuff. So that's how we met. And I said, all right, you know what? My next project, I'm going to be reaching out to you.
Okay.
So my next project was Black Lives Matter. And now the rest is history.
For real. Wow. So with that being said, what's next for you, and how can people connect with Lushy Banton? How can that happen?
Well, I will have a platform on social media, and right across the board, that's gone to Borough Banton. It's Lushy Banton, right across the board. Facebook, Lushy Banton, one word. Lushy Banton. Instagram, Lushy Banton. And my website, lushybanton.com. You know? So TikTok, Lushy Banton, everything that you can imagine.
Everything.
And yeah, it's Lushy Banton. Yeah.
For real.
And what next for me right now? I was just sitting here waiting on the pandemic to lift.
Yeah.
As I have some tours lined up for Africa and Europe also.
Okay.
But everything is on standstill because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I keep busy. I'm recording still, mixing and mastering, shooting videos and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm sitting on a whole lot of song here right now.
Okay.
That's they are overwhelming me. It's too much.
For real, for real.
But the world is on lockdown, so you know you're gonna be very mindful, you know, of what you do and how you do it.
Definitely.
So the business can't get a flow, you know, because I deal with a lot of the business side.
Mm.
You know, and the business side is very, 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 I can't stress it enough, it's very important.
Yeah.
To artists. And I just want to say to any artist listening right now, make sure you're up on the business side. Because that's what's going to make you and that's what's going to break you.
For real.
The business side. Yeah.
Definitely. So, blessings.
Yeah, so I'm just watching the pandemic and see where we go, because that's going to determine, how we go forward.
Definitely.
We just keep sitting here.
For real.
Yeah.
Lots of people are emoji and they're loving the vibes and the energy. But I've got to ask you, would you be up for doing something a little live right now?
If I can do something for the people on live?
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, man.
Okay. When you're
since I tell you that I watch the news a lot.
Yeah.
And I want to do something for the Windrush.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Generation. This one's since me I talk to England, and I'm sure a few or a couple of them might be listening.
Yeah, man.
I have a message in my song. Foreign it not easy when you're not legal. I have a message in my song. London, England not easy when you're not legal. Ready, cause I had me bond, they undocumented, I know you waistband. Trump is on the loose since Obama gone. Obstacle in the way, immigration reform. Ready, cause I had me bond. If me hear rise alarm, wagon me gone. They married before dance, so the war is on. Found Western Union, a Pitney School Uni. You jam down me pledge my allegiance. After me never yet to a stone behind me. No yard man never give your presidency. Be Donald Trump and this a fake presidency. I have a message in my song. Foreign it not easy when you're not legal. The race is not for this, but who can endure it? I have a message in my song, please no ignore it. Take sleep and mark the if you're survivalist. Undocumented immigrant freedom is at risk. Hold your way, I never stop try. Mama used to tell me tears no cares who cry. I'm leaving this message with the eye and the eye. Some say foreign, some say hard. What says the eye? Can't get a job today, lose it tomorrow. It can rain today, and then ice tomorrow. Can't get a drink today, and then dip tomorrow. From Outer Bronx, Brooklyn, or man at no borough. You can get rich today, and then broke tomorrow. Own a mansion today, and get a fix tomorrow. Start school today, and be 65 tomorrow. No way no better than yard. Watch it tomorrow. Yo.
Hey.
I have a message in my song. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Pure energy, pure vibes every time. Before we go, is there any final thoughts you want to say to the listeners out there before we go?
Yeah, man. I want enough love, enough respect. I want to encourage them to keep safe in this time and just be aware of your surrounding, you know what I'm saying? And in the meantime, check out Lushy Banton. Like I said, I'm on all these platforms, the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, you know what I'm saying? I have a website, www.lushybanton.com. Check me out, you know what I'm saying? I have a lot of music on Spotify, Apple Music, and all these platforms, you know what I'm saying? Check me out.
Definitely.
One love.
One love, blessings each and every time. And like I said, thank you for coming on and joining us. It's always a blessing, and we'll speak again soon, yeah?
Blessing, enough love.
Blessings, bless. Yes, people, please do go out there and support Lushy Banton. Go and check him out. Go see what he's been up to, what he's been doing, and what he's got coming up next, okay? So, before we go to DJ Cat's Top 5, we're going to be playing Black Lives Matter from Lushy Banton. Check it out. Here's the vibes. Here we go.
Help me on my journey, help me on my way. Oh Lord, please help me. Please help me. You can't change me. You can't change me. I have a dream. You can't change me. I have a dream. Marcus Garvey. He dropped this Bob Marley. Marcus Messiah Garvey.
Cast yourself alliance as a necessity. From a small Babylon can conquer us. Racist, bad mind, envious and jealous. From a small disassisting and corrupt. How to over moon teacher be telling us. From a small Babylon you made a righteous. Brainwash, education and false Christmas. From a small me tell them enough it is enough. Dirty Babylon give me back all me. I have a dream. Dr. Martin Luther scream. Mandela fighter till him tired. It sees Malcolm X. No excuse or sorry. We need to get it done by enemies necessary. We won bank, we won school, we won library, we won Black Wall Street without no apology, take the cash out. 500 years of slavery, repatriation, people took it for me, Black Lives Matters. Matters stories, Africa is by enemies necessary. Black Lives Matters. Matters stories, I and I represent His Majesty. Black Lives Matters. Matters stories, Africa is by enemies necessary. Black Lives Matters. Matters stories, those in Babylon never you can't change way. 500 years ago, who don't think this a go so? All this PS where black people under, all the